Well, I wish I had a cough drop. It's a little dark in here now. Wow, nobody loves me today. Weird. It is live. It says it's live. Hey, Teresa. Oh, it is live. Yay, I'm live. I think I got my camera all kind of screwed up. I'm doing this on my iPad. I was at Travis's, and I just thought that it would be a good idea to come over here and, shake things up. He was going to go get naked and eat at at the dinner table, or take a shower. I don't know, Brittany was there. He was going to do something. Minnesota, Oliver, and Deer, I am sorry I have been unable to talk on the phone. I'm just off the charts doing weird stuff. So, yesterday I was out at the Keystone Farm Show. And, yeah. 1 in the morning, holy cow. Now, I'm just sitting here in the chair. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Kind of tired. William and Teresa are upstairs. They're, getting ready to go to bed. And, yeah, the farm show was good. I really would, anybody that was there at the farm show that saw me and came up to talk to me, it was nice, thank you. And thanks for not holding me up too long because, as much as I love to meet and talk to fans and stuff, I also would like to have seen the live stream. Yeah, the damn volume on this thing, it sucks. It's always that way. And it's because it's the iPad, I guess. I guess I could do this. I could talk into the thing. Is that any better? I don't even know where the speaker is on this stupid thing. Thanks. Yeah, but anyways, at the farm show, I actually got to go through all the buildings and all of the tents and even saw everything that was outside. I didn't get really... Hack wagon is a beautiful piece of equipment. So anybody that's going out to the farm show, yeah, check it out. It's at Messick's. It is that big red, beautiful Pro Ag design gizmo. And Joe says, oh yeah, just tell everybody to go and sign their name in Sharpie. Oh, well, you can't. I guess it's closed down now. It's over. Today was the last day. So... the mic is right here near my face. No, I don't have that. Oh, Jetha, your sister's online. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal. I guess I could probably take this thing out of its case. That might help. I have it in this. I can't. I've got it in this OtterBox thing. So. No, we're not. Well, we're drying out kind of. Farmall Fanatic. The $5 Farmall Fanatic, thank you very much. Any brand new Farmalls there? No. That's one thing I did not see. No Farmall. Farmall, McCormick Farmall. They weren't there. Barely any John Deere stuff, to be honest with you. But there was a lot of other brand stuff. And it was a neat show. Joe and I went. Teresa and William stayed home. Timothy was supposed to go, but he kind of screwed me over. Jerk. He's being Tim, I guess. Is it true John Deere is using light-duty frames? Well, I don't think so. Can't hear you at all. Well, I'm sorry. It's too bad. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm talking as loud as I can. The spreader is fixed. It is fixed. I'm going to unhook it tomorrow, though. Because I gotta gear up to bale again. I'm just getting ready to, geez, the light on that thing. I'm just getting ready to bale again. We're supposed to get cold weather. It has been warm for weeks. Sign language. Yeah, I think this is the only sign I know. I don't know anything. Since you asked Travis, have you ever had any international stuff other than your old farm walls? No. I have ran. God, what the hell was it? I think that was a 1086 that I ran, and it was it was a 1586. I ran a 1586 on a shit spreader. It wasn't a shit spreader. It was a lime spreader, and I'm sure it was a 1586. It may have been a 1086. It had this fucked up throttle that you had to over top of the steering, and the hydraulics were in a weird place, and it was like, who designed this piece of shit? It was terrible. I mean, Hastings, North Carolina, a bunch of cutting hay. Any more issues? I have a lot of hay to cut. Yeah, I was inspired by life. You know, I didn't post anything today because I didn't even film at the farm show. Because if I filmed at the farm show, people would have seen me, and people that would have been like, I think that's one lonely farmer. But if they saw me with the camera, they'd have been, that's one lonely farmer, and I never got through anything. No, I'm not going to sell the grain dryer because I'm planting corn. Yeah, that I don't know. That thing was ridiculous. It's got this. Everything's like Travis was saying. It was in a weird area. Everything's weird. I didn't like it. Had power though. I will tell you that it had power. I'm about to go to work tonight. Well, drop some packages. Yeah, if you use the John Deere stuff, it could be strange to get. I've run the 86 series, so I'm used to it, I guess. Yeah, there's no getting used to it. From going from a John Deere where everything is where it belongs to going to international where everything is like the engineers. I know why they went out of business. That's all I can say. I am going to plant corn. Yeah, I'm gonna plant 1066. Yeah, I don't know. 1586, 1066. I have no idea. It was just this fucked up, weird ass thing. Did you get recognized, farm show? Yeah, I did. Quite a bit, actually. And I know there were people that were. I use a 7530 for anything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Bum Farm would love to argue with you on the IH. He thinks they're great. Getting something that is comfortable, and he'll realize that it's not. You see, farming when those machines were built is very different than farming today. You know, it really is. I mean, everybody back when those machines were built, people farmed between 150 and 400 acres, and it was not nearly as intense to do that kind of work in the amount of time that you did the work. You did the work, and it was hard work, obviously, but people made a living on much less. Now, if you were to tell me, hey, you got to run a John Deere 4430 for the amount of time every single day that you run that, say, 7530 or 8530, I will tell you, sorry, but I am going to quit farming. It's just too much. It is abusive to you. The 4960, I ran a 4960 with the Heston baler on it, and excuse me, with that Heston baler on it, and I was like, good God, whew, I can't believe I ran this thing for as many hours a day as I did back when I was using it to bale with. But all in all, it's still good equipment. But get in an 8530, pull in a Crown baler, and you'll realize that getting in that 4960 with the Heston 4910, which I sold, by the way, is just not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Bame Farm Equipment is 40 years. Oh, yeah, I watch Bame Farm. I like him. I really do. I like his channel because it just reminds me of the struggles that I went through when I was his age or younger. I mean, we were dairy. We filled silo. We had old shit equipment that I had to glue it together every day. So 2 days of repair, 1 day of use. 2 days of repair, 1 day of use. And I swore to myself when I was going to run my farm, I would never I would never be in that position. Do you watch Black Earth Excavation? No, I don't. I don't have time to watch stuff. I ran an Olive, or what was that? What was that? 1755 that I owned. Biggest piece of shit known to mankind. Had this fucked up transmission that if you put it into high speed, it would freewheel and take off on you. I agree Bone Farmer's doing real good for what he has. He is. And, you know, I applaud him. I applaud him for what he is doing and what he is accomplishing. And I don't want to mute the microphone, but I would like to enhance the microphone, but I can't. Farm Fiction Factory is an awesome farming channel. I'm sure it is. When do you plan to finish the 4010? When I have time. 4020s had the synchronizer or power shift. I had a 4020 with a synchronized transmission. It was fine. I know guys with the power shift, they were real jerky. So, low range freewheels on over and under. Yeah, they suck. I mean, freewheeling down the highway. That was in the low range? No, that was in the high range. High range freewheeled, or maybe it was the middle. There was 3 positions, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it. I can't even remember. That 1755, it had this screaming demon motor in there. It was a Waukesha, like a 320 cubic inch Waukesha motor, and it started having problems. I got rid of it. It wasn't worth it for me to fix. Why don't you clean up some of the junkyard and make money on scrap metal? Do you know what scrap sells for right now? Yeah, I was just on Travis's live stream. Low range, same as my wife. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I can't remember. I have bad memories, and I think my primitive brain is blocking out the time that I spent in that tractor. One Lonely Farmer, Razor Fund. Well, I was going to shave it like you had and look real ridiculous. I mean, you really do some weird shaving things. Holy smokes. I saw you, was that Christmas? Oh my God, Josh. I was like, what the fuck did he just do? You know? But I'm glad you're back to normal now. And I'm sure you do that for fun. Blue Mac is in the building. It is winter time. Somebody snooked into that Oliver I was beat when he got it. That Oliver, you know, it could have been. I really don't care. That thing is a piece of junk. I'd never own another one. Ever. Probably the 4450. I always had good luck planting with the 4450. I don't really care to be in anything else. I don't know. I'll just put it on whatever I want. I've got a choice. I'm thinking of getting a 4320 out, and I'm going to put new tires on it, get the right size tires for it, and maybe I'll plant with 4320. I have fond memories of planting corn with the 4320. Wait, whoa. 2 front tires on our WD-1203. How much tire jack would you use in them? A pint to a quart. 2 pints. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any luck with it. It was just a really weird concept of a tractor. How do you like editing the 360-degree videos? Simple. It's really simple. It's a pain in the ass because I have to use an iPad. Buried up to 5065 today to the axles in mud. Hey, come on up to here. I'll get you to bury it right up to the exhaust pipe. We have mud on top of mud that bred with other mud and has created more mud, and that mud is reaching its maturity level where it is going to start breeding with other mud to create more mud. That's how wet we are. Yeah. Yeah, we have some interracial mud up here too. You go from one field to the other, you get this dark mud with the red mud, and the red mud mixes with the yellow mud, and the next thing, we got some weird looking mud, and I've never seen mud like this before. It's crazy. And now I'm racist, right? Just say it, I'm racist. I'm mud racist. I have a fond dislike of multiracial mud. Bad audio. It's the iPad. Get over it. Ground frozen. Yeah, I'm waiting for frozen ground. Green Bay colors. Mud lives matter. Yeah, I was watching a Facebook stream. Somebody wanted to move to Kingwood, and all they could talk about was the mud. I'm like, good God, Kingwood has a lot more to offer than that. All left listening to death metal in the tractor. Woohoo! Yeah, death metal. In my younger years, maybe. Yeah, definitely. Slayer, Metallica, there you go. Oh, yeah, good God. Minneapolis Moline 670 diesel. My dad had one. 4-cylinder, 2 heads, popped gaskets all the time. CBs work good. If there's going to be soon to be marijuana farmers in New Jersey, that's news to me. I will not be one of them. I will not partake in that activity. Thank you very much. Dave Kimber. Don't sugarcoat it. I never do. Now, right now, I'm in coaster phase. I'm coasting through until I get to done with the North Carolina deal and North South Carolina deal, and we'll see how that goes. Propane, I use it in the dryer, but don't get the fancy of weed. There are so many people in love with weed, just don't get it. Me neither. I got better things to do in my life than to worry about getting high. I mean, really, I get high on other things, like the shit that I do, my accomplishments in life. Even when there's failures, I always look for the better of, the good that came out of my failures. And I've had failures, believe me, I've had a few. I don't like it, but I learn from it and then overcome it. I don't just say, oh, I gotta go get some pot. It's fucked up. The high of being alive. Me and Josh here, we are a lot alike. To be honest with you, if you're feeling down, and this is one thing that most people won't even know about, but when you're feeling down and you just want to, you're like, God, this weather sucks, everything sucks. I just go grab my rifle, shotgun, whatever, and go shoot something. I always feel better after I've shot something up, whether it's a propane tank, an old, Freon tank, Freon tanks, yep, shit like that. Old rims, don't shoot at old rims. The bullets go around and come back at you. Don't ask, you can ask me how I know. But yeah, just find something to occupy your mind and bring yourself up. Don't fall into a funk. I was watching a guy here the other day. He says, I'm not used to pumpkin versus 12 gauge. I got a 10 gauge. 2 of them actually. 3 of them actually, yeah. My grandfather's, my father's, and he's got, no, he doesn't have, no, 2. He's got double barrel 10. My uncle has a pump action, and he's got a 3.5 inch 12. I do too. I got all kinds of weird stuff. Yes, I will. At some point in my life, I'm going to do a plow day. But right now, it's like, do I do it now, or do I wait until the time is absolutely right? And I'm thinking, it's coming. I still, there's a lot of things that I'm doing off camera that you don't know about, which will lead me to the plow day. So, what do you want, boy?
The internet went out.
Internet didn't go out.
Well, apparently it did for me.
Good. Little muddy now. I hear the plow. Yeah, it's a little bit muddy. Yeah, we're not plowing now. I can't even get on the field to get hay out. I've never seen a deer turn on a dog like that. Just hate. I didn't catch it on camera. Oh, deer will defend themselves.
Deer
Speaking of plows.
Huh?
Huh?
The deer always defend themselves.
Yeah. Bigfoot 1803 bring 2. Bigfoot 1803. I don't know what that is. Tenorite. Timothy shot tenorite here. That stuff's dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
It was only a quarter pound.
You had a 2-gauge punt gun? God, I'd love to have one of those. Ow.
2-gauge?
Yeah, a 2-gauge. What'd you ever do with it? Those were boat guns, man. They went on. They had a pin that you put in the where the oars were on the boat, so when you pulled the trigger, it didn't rip your arm off.
Really?
Yeah. I actually have 10-gauge shells that were from the steel mill up here. See, when they were making alloys or putting different carbon and different antimonies into steel, Timmy Cornpicker would know more about this than I do. But I actually have the 10-gauge shotguns for the industrial slugs that they would shoot into the steel to change the composition of the steel. I've used, well, I might have, yeah, I've got some things that, yeah, like I said, I got things I shouldn't have, but it's fun. I have a nylon 66. Yep. I'm not going to put up a new one. I'm going to fix my old one. Everybody's like, oh, just tear it down. Well, $50,000 to tear it down and rebuild one doesn't get me excited. I'd rather spend 8 or 9 to have it redone than 50 grand. Might even be 12,000. I don't care. 44 H2 bottles. Yeah, there you go. I get corn on this weekend. Oh, okay. Okay, the one thing better than tenor is throwing a pipe bomb into a lake. Done that. I evacuated a pond with that stuff. Somebody gave me money. Who was that? $2. James Ledisma. Hello, everybody. Just got here. Well, welcome. Tracer round with 30-30 rifle. I got a story about tracer rounds. I'm sure Josh, the Stony Ridge farmer, he's probably shot tracer rounds, maybe. I would imagine he was in the military. Myself, I bought them. I bought them for my M1. What the hell was that? My M1 Garand. And I loaded them up and I shot them straight up into the air. Them fuckers burn for a long time, and you see the arc as they go. Yeah. I was a little bit nervous, and I shot them down across the field at deer just to see what they were doing. Holy shit, that's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Never fired dragon's breath. I'd like to get some of that stuff, though. What are my thoughts on John Deere as a company? John Deere is a marketing giant. They know how to market their goods. They market it everywhere from Walmart to wherever. Creedmoor, 7.5, 6.5 Creedmoor. I don't, Wildcat load, not Wildcat, yeah, Wildcat loads, or, yeah, Wildcat loads. That's what that started out as. Yeah, I just never had the opportunity to shoot one. I would like a 338 Lapua, and I had the chance. Never shot Tracer, but I've seen the security police training with them on base. Yeah, that shit's fun now. It is fun. But yeah, 338 Lapua Magnum. I had the opportunity to buy one. It had a 26-inch barrel with it had a, was it 26-inch barrel? 28-inch barrel with a 6-inch, the end of the barrel there was no rifling in the end of the barrel. It was not a flash hider, but it was just bored out bigger at the end of the barrel, so I don't even know what the hell that was all about. It was a sniper rifle, not a home built, but it was a custom built sniper rifle. I was supposed to buy it, and I wish I had 100 rounds plus the rifle, $3,200, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not buying it. Oh, I've run the 31-mile-an-hour deers. I ran that JCB in England with George Saunders, and that thing went 45. That thing was crazy. Shooting a Glock 17, he found an empty 9mm in a pants pocket after it went through the wash. It's okay, it'll fire. I got a story about that. You guys want to hear a story? It's not a really long story, but it has to do with guns. 338 Lapua would be really nice. Everybody's like, oh, get a 50, get a 50. You know, $7 a round really doesn't get me too excited. You can't do a lot of shooting that way. But yeah, anybody want to hear a story? I got 1755 from bring. Yeah, you can. If you want to bring a 1755, you can. You'll be fixing it. Story time with OLF. Okay, so once upon a time there was a kid. This was back in the 70s. I was young, and there was a young man in the township. He was in the township, and he soaked a 12 gauge shotgun shell in water. And he bet his friends that he could, basically defy death. And he had this thing soaking in water for a few days. Plastic shell, not paper, a plastic shell. Puts it in the shotgun, takes the bet. Anybody bet, that I'm going to live or die? It's not going to go off. It won't go off. I promise it won't go off. Puts a shell in there, pulls the trigger, and proceeds to splatter his brains up against his bedroom wall. And, of course, he was dead. But, yeah, they'll go off. Do not ever, 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 under any circumstances, put a gun barrel to your head, or any other part of your body for that matter. It's not an accident if you're an idiot. It's called suicide at that point. But he's dead, and it was because he was too stupid to realize that soaking a plastic shell in water, they're sealed. Won't work. My dad has a 10 gauge, and years ago, when they demonstrated that shotgun to my father, it's a double barrel. They loaded a 55-gallon drum with water, and they gave him a slug, a brass case slug for that 10 gauge, and said, go ahead and shoot that 55-gallon drum. Well, those brass case, and I wanted to buy them. I was at a gun show a few years ago, and I saw what he was talking about because I'd never seen them before. They looked just like a rifle case. The lead stuck out the end of that 3.5-inch 10 gauge brass case, and my dad wouldn't let me buy them. He says, those things kick like a mule. He says, they kick like a mule. So 5020 with a turbo needs more fuel put to the engine. The turbocharger works just fine, but the injector pump is actually for a 5010, and I need to put a 5020 injector pump back on there, and I'll turn it up by 10%, and that'll rock its world. I hope the freeze is coming. I need frozen weather for a couple of weeks. Look up D-Boss Garage, Screaming Jimmy. I saw that. I watched him do that. I thought, you jackass. I mean, I understand that it was, he did put it out there that people should buy it from them, but a 16V 71, nice. I think that would be a neat engine, but yeah, he got it going, and then he started again and ventilated the block. For the old Damascus shotgun. I've loaded black powder for a Damascus here, and it's stupid because the Damascus shotguns are actually now bringing pretty decent money, especially if you finish them correctly. Thank you for the years of great content. So many of your videos have helped me over the years of my own hay operation of a massive 35 acres. I cannot wait for the straw videos. Well, they're coming. They are coming. What do you think of the old cockshut tractors? They're Oliver's. Oliver, cockshut, same thing. You can make your own hay rake. I never said I was going to make my own hay rake, but if I did, it would be probably very similar to the one I saw yesterday, the 3112 H&S. Colby Vanderhoof, $25? Wow, you're crazy. You don't have to give me that money. That's pretty cool, though. Thank you. Thanks for the older videos on the Johnny 60 I picked on up in Michigan. That's only 19 off of your serial number. Wow, that video on brazing the clutch dogs was brilliant. Oh yeah, well, I hope I helped you out on that one. And you bought yours where? In Michigan? Well, that 60 came from Wisconsin. So it's not really that far from you. Probably came down the same day. That's cool. What happened to the corn stalks for 2018? Did that not happen? Well, if you can bale mud stalks, go ahead. It's not my phone, this is my iPad. Yeah, running a combine, you know, when you're young and don't really know what you're doing half the time, I never, ever, ever listen to the radio. I'm going deaf. Most people don't know this, but I can't hear out of my left ear, and my right ear is slowly fading. Well, quickly fading. Anybody that met me yesterday would know this because I'm constantly turning my head to hear because I can't hear. I did go for hearing aids, but I never bought them. I wasn't, I don't know. I had a mixed bag of emotions with it. I'm 46 years old. I'd rather just be blissfully unaware, or do I need to look like an old man? IH Rules International Harvester Company is out of business. They're gone. What makes me pissed is that people are going on and on about how farmers are having their machines do the work for them, but I know they still have to rip money out of their ass to pay for that shit. Well, I guess. Yeah, then if we weren't here doing this job using machines, they would all have to grow their own food. So, wait, whoa, whoa. One time I was drunk and started missing rows. If you're drinking and driving a piece of farm equipment, you need to stop doing that now. That is one thing that is very foolish. Foolish for you because you're putting yourself in danger, and foolish for the owner of the equipment because I can't imagine that you own the equipment because anybody that's paid the amount of money that we pay for equipment would never get in there drunk unless they were just a fool. So what do you think took away your hearing, shooting guns or the tractors? Both. Apparently, left ear deafness is common with farmers because you turn your head to the right to look at the implement and your left ear towards the engine. That is correct. Hearing aid's the best thing I've done. Well, you should have a corn picker day. Your corn would be picked in a day. It would. Don't know. Make sure your elevator's new though, because you'd have to fill shit up fast. Yeah. Well, that's because you run IH. You know, everything on them things is ass backwards. Thoughts on a Heston disc mower? Hey, got a neighbor that runs them. He likes them. I never bought one. Brandon, the sky is still up there. That's what's up there. Neighbor used to have Ford 3000 with a straight pipe. Talk about loud. Yeah, I had the exhaust in the 5020 split out, and it would wop. It would like do this weird thing. That definitely is louder than a straight pipe. Desperado. Desperado was around not long ago. My phone bill? It's I don't know, a couple $100 a month. Yeah, okay. Do you still have the idiot block baler? Yep. Left my ear deafness is from hours running the Detroit Oliver. That would definitely do it too. Those things are screaming demons or those Jimmys. God, GMC, Detroit's. Oh, they were loud. Have you ever ran grown around baler? No. Would you talk about the 4450 already? No, because I don't want to. The farmer that I can plant corn. I already did talk about the 4450 earlier in the video. Farmers are always dead in left ears because it's what it is towards the end, and that's true. The new tractors, you don't hear that. The next generations of farmers will not be deaf in their left ear if they're running newer equipment. They're not backwards, they're just different. Yeah, backwards. Yep, my grain bin needs to be fixed. Whatever happened to the light bar? Well, nothing. It's on the tractor. Bass backwards. That's right. Corey Rogers, howdy. Our new S790 is too quiet. That, I could agree to that. You get like the 7530 is this whisper quiet tractor. And yeah, it is. Things get too quiet. You're like, is this thing running? The mower, very quiet. Very quiet. But when things start wrapping around shit, you can hear it. But yeah, I could agree. Anyway, I've been on here for 35 minutes, and I don't really want to be on here anymore. I can hear Milford's Ice dump truck with Detroit from 5 miles away. Oh yeah, first time a guy came into the farm with a international cab over with a Detroit 350. It was a 6V71, I think. That thing, I was like, God, the thing, he's gonna blow it up. Didn't realize it was a Detroit. I have them. I actually carry a pair in my pocket all the time. It's almost creepy quiet. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Did you ever see battery explode? Didn't need hooking up cable? Yes, in my shop class in high school, there was a couple of older kids in the shop. I was a sophomore or junior. I think it was a sophomore. And there was a couple of seniors. They were in advanced automotive class, and they had, I don't know why they were in there. I know they really didn't learn too much, but they were fucking around with the principal's car, and his battery exploded when they were taking a wrench and going shorting it out. It was the principal's car, for God's sakes, you know. He wanted to fuck with them, so there you go. Oh my God, I'm watching American Pickers, and there's a full-size Pong video game. Holy shit, I can't believe it. Anyway, kids wouldn't even know what that is. I'm going to bed. Good night. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. Thanks for anybody that donated anything. That was great, and I'm hoping that I can shut this off.